practicing slowly is extremely, extremely helpful, useful, and necessary. I would say it's mandatory. Because especially when you get so good, you know what happens? You get obsessed with speed. You get hooked on speed. I don't know what else how I can describe this, but you know, because it's easy. But what happens when you start playing so fast? You start making some mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes is that hands are not together. Coordination. You lose control over coordination. Because hands have to be absolutely 100% together at all times. So sometimes you skip notes so you can catch up with the other hand that it's ahead. Usually it's the right hand that it's ahead, left hand has to catch up, right?
Yeah.
That happens to everybody, it happens to me too. If I don't practice in certain tempo, I'm gonna do some mistakes. It's gonna be faulty. And I'm aware of it. So I start practicing always slowly. I tell you my philosophy on this, okay? I just want to share with you. So when I practice this, let's call it regimen. So I go through 24 single note scales, 24 double third scales, 24 double six scales, 24 octaves, 24 broken double octaves. Then I go into 11 broken chords, 11 Russian broken chords, 11 arpeggios, 11 block chords. Then I go to chromatics, I do exactly the same thing. Then I go into double third chromatic and double six chromatic. That's my diet, okay, if I practice this technique. Then I feel a lot better as a pianist. You know, I feel like, I got friendlier again with the piano, you know. I feel more in control. But how do I start practicing? Always. Whether I start with double thirds or I start with single note scales, I start slow, in slower tempo. Then I start speeding up a little bit, you know, because I have 24, you know, keys to go. So I gradually start building the tempo. I don't know if this is good for you, but I think for some of you who are already in level 6, I think that's pretty much, that's not a bad idea.